3 o'clock. We're going to get the show on the road. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to the Carlotta Castaways program. Tonight we're going to be putting on two plays for your enjoyment. The first one is College Reunion. So the plot behind that is Marvin and Lucille. Marvin and Lucille go to Marvin's college reunion where they encounter unmemorable classmates and a wacky professor. After committing one faux pas after another, Marvin is confronted by an angry Lucille, who has made an assumption about one of Marvin's relationship, not an enchanted evening at all.
It's bad enough to be going to your college reunion after 25 years, knowing that you probably won't recognize anybody. It's even worse when you're going with a wife who just had another birthday and whose self-esteem is pretty shaky. All things considered, it is not going to be an enchanted evening for Marvin Gribble.
Well, how do I look?
You look wonderful. That's a nice new dress.
Thanks, but I mean, do I look any older?
Older than what?
You know, older than I looked before.
Before what?
Before my birthday yesterday. Do I look any older?
No, my dear, you don't look any older.
Really?
Really? You haven't changed a bit since the day we were married years ago.
Good heavens. You mean I always look like this?
Well,
If I looked like this back then, why on earth did you marry me?
Wait, you don't understand. I didn't mean that you looked old when I married you.
There, you just said it. I look old now.
No, that's not what I meant.
Well, that's what you said.
What I said wasn't what I meant.
Then why did you say it?
Lucille, come on.
I'll bet you wish you hadn't brought me with you. I'll probably cramp your style.
What on earth are you talking about?
Who was that attractive woman you were flirting with at dinner?
What woman?
She doesn't look old.
What's that supposed to mean?
I saw you during dinner, staring at her across the table with a silly grin on your face.
Lucille, everyone was staring and grinning. She had a big glob of cheese sauce on her chin.
Well, look who's here. Hi, Marv.
Oh, hi there. Haven't seen you since?
Since we graduated.
Ah, yes. What a time that was.
Did you ever get your pants back?
Relax, Lucille. I spilled gravy on my pants at the graduation dinner and lost them at the cleaners.
Oh,
Whatever happened to that pretty blonde you were engaged to?
engaged? You never told me that.
Did you two finally get married?
No. I married someone older.
Older?
I mean someone who graduated a year ahead of us.
If you're going to insult me in front of this man, you might as well introduce us.
I can't. I don't know who he is.
My husband seems to have forgotten his manners. Let me introduce myself. I'm Marvin's wife, Lucille.
I'm Dan Jones, and this is Mrs. Jones.
Pleased to meet you.
So now, have you kept track of Lynn Hendricks? You two were always inseparable.
That must be the pretty blonde he was engaged to.
Oh yes, we keep in touch by phone at the office.
She calls him at the office? How sneaky can you get?
Do you ever get together?
Sure, We meet at the Hilton about once a month.
The Hilton, that's a hotel.
Is Lynn coming to the reunion?
Oh yes, absolutely. Wouldn't miss it.
That brazen hussy, she's coming here to carry on with my husband right in my face.
We were just talking the other day about the reunion, wondering how many people we'd recognize after all these years.
Yeah, it sure is fun to see how old everybody else looks.
Yes, say, do you remember that real geeky guy? Can't think of his name. Skinny little dude, always making a fool of himself.
Oh, we had a lot of those.
Yeah, but this is the one who always wore golf knickers and stuck things up his nose in the cafeteria.
Stuck things up his nose.
You know, drinking straws, carrots, things like that.
And pickle strips.
Yeah, pickle strips. Anything that would make it fit really gross.
The one who sneaked extracts into the chocolate pudding.
Yep, that's the guy.
He was a really funny guy.
No, he wasn't.
I'm sure he was. People laughed at what he did.
It wasn't because he was funny. That was because he was so stupid. It was embarrassing. He was pathetic.
Oh, no. He was a comic genius.
Ridiculous. Only an idiot would think of stuff like that was funny. Who was that guy anyway? Do you remember his name?
As a matter of fact, I do.
Who was that moron?
That moron was me.
That was you?
Yes, I was the idiot who thought the stuff was funny.
Oh, just kidding. Man, you were a riot. Lucille, you heard what he did. Don't you think he was hilarious?
Don't drag me into this, you and your big mouth. You better change the subject before he changes your face.
Oh, look, see that woman who just ran up there and grabbed the microphone and is trying to sing with the band?
Oh my goodness.
Isn't she outrageous? Just look at that.
I'm trying not to.
Hey, she looks like Betty Cooper. I remember her. Boy, was she obnoxious. Nobody could stand her. She was such a loudmouth show-off. Obviously, she hasn't changed a bit.
Marvin, obviously I have changed a bit. Or else you would have recognized me.
What?
I am Betty Cooper.
Oh, ha 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 ha. I knew that. I was just kidding. Betty, you never behaved like that cheap, tacky broad up there now.
Marvin, that cheap, tacky broad up there is my daughter.
Lucille, if I slide under the table, maybe you can drag me out without anyone noticing.
You talked yourself into this, Mr. Life of the Party. Now you'll just have to talk your way out.
Oh.
Well, go on. Think of something distracting. Think of something brilliant.
Hey, do you remember Perky?
Professor Perkins? Yeah, taught literature. What I remember is that she was always reciting those old sayings.
Yes, Marvin, I like the one that goes, it is better to be thought a jerk than to open your mouth and remove all doubt.
I don't remember that one, but she was always saying, a thing worth doing at all is worth doing well.
Well, you certainly believed in that one, didn't you, Marvin? You're doing very well at being a jerk.
Another thing she always said was, A journey begins with but a single step.
Marvin, do you find it hard to walk with your foot in your mouth?
Well, I wonder if old Perky is still around.
I doubt it. She will be pretty old by now.
Yeah, so horrible, so old her birth certificate has expired. Probably she's still alive. She must be around 100.
I'm only 94.
Professor Perkins.
I guess old Perky to you.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I meant no disrespect calling you that.
Shame on you. A rose by any other name is still called a fish or a tricksy.
What?
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never stop up the sink.
Man, we never meant any real harm.
Of course not. Good is better than evil, and it's a lot nicer and has fewer calories.
Professor, you told us at one time that you were going to retire early and write a book. Did you ever do that?
No, I decided to hang on to my teaching job.
Then you thought a bird in the hand was better than two in the bush?
No, actually, a bird in the hand is a pretty messy situation.
What?
Never wrote the book.
But you always told us to follow our dreams.
No, what I told you was something quite different.
What was that?
Well, you remember the old saying, cast your bread upon the waters?
Yes, cast your bread upon the waters and it will come back to you.
No, very bad advice. What I actually said was, cast your bread upon the waters, it will get really soggy, and everybody will think you're pretty stupid.
I never heard you say that.
Because you simply weren't listening. Girls don't listen. I'm sure the boys heard that advice.
That's not fair. That's gender bias. You know the old saying, what's sauce for the goose is sauce for the gander.
No, you're saying it wrong. It goes, what's sauce for the goose will usually get on your necktie. Go forth and do likewise.
What?
Oh, never mind. Just speak softly and carry a big banana.
Professor, I think I see your friends in white coats. They're pointing this way. Let's go meet them.
What? Oh, yes, by all means. Let's go build a better mousetrap.
Why?
Elementary, my dear fellow. If we build a better mousetrap, we catch a better class of mice.
Oh, of course.
Dan, you said that Marvin was engaged at one time.
That's right.
Did you know Lynn Hendricks?
Oh, sure I did.
Was Lynn good looking?
Well, yes.
Had a great body too, I suppose.
I sure did. Worked out a lot. Always in good shape.
I knew it. I just knew it.
Lucille, what's the trouble? Why are you crying?
You snake in the grass. You two had it all planned.
What planned?
You and Lynn Hendricks meeting here at the reunion.
Well, of course we planned it.
There, you're admitting it. How could you be so deceitful, so depraved?
Lucille, what on earth are you talking about?
You two carrying on behind my back all this time? What are you planning to do? Dump me and get engaged to Lynn again?
Engaged to Lynn Hendricks? Are you crazy?
Crazy? So that's the plan. You're going to claim I'm insane and lock me away somewhere so you two can run off together.
You really are insane.
See, I was right. You are trying to get rid of me.
No, wait a minute.
You can't get away with this, Marvin. I know about Lynn Hendricks calling you at the office.
Well, yes,
And I know
but
about your romantic meetings at the Hilton.
romantic meetings at the Hilton?
Don't act so innocent, Marvin. You admitted meeting her at the hotel.
Meeting her? Meeting her at the hotel? Oh, Lucille, this is hilarious.
How can you laugh at a time like this?
Now calm down and listen. Lynn Hendricks is a representative and we go to the hotel for lunch. He was my best friend in college and this is our chance to get together and be reacquainted.
You said he? You said his customers? Then Lynn Hendricks is a man?
Yes, my dear. He is a man.
But I thought
Oh, I realize now what you thought.
that the girl you were engaged to.
That was Mary Higgins. I dumped her when I met you.
Oh dear, I feel like such an idiot. I've made a complete fool of myself. I'm so embarrassed.
Well, that makes two of us. I've made a total mess of all my social contacts tonight. I wonder if there's a cure for terminal humiliation.
The only cure I know is to sneak out of here and go home.
That's a terrible pun, Lucille.
Well, it's been a terrible evening, Marvin. Let's go home. At least the dog still likes us.
Or maybe not. I forgot to take him out before we left. Oh, no.
Poor Marvin, right? We're gonna do a quick 5-minute intermission. Feel free to go to the concession stand while we switch over for our next production.
Yeah.
Second production today is called The Rehearsal. The plot of this is a theater group is rehearsing a melodrama, reading from a handwritten script written by the director with terrible penmanship. The actors try to decipher the script, but the audience also chuckles at the interplay among the characters. The actors eventually depart from the script and everything falls apart.
First, a public service announcement. You see these people up here on the stage? Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, is utterly ridiculous.
Wait a minute. That isn't the way I wrote it.
Well, that's the way they look to me.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Please, go ahead with your introduction.
We are going to look in on a community theater group beginning to rehearse a new play. We have the director, and we have these 4 actors, and I use the term loosely. But first, a word of warning. This play contains material of a graphically goofy nature and may not be suitable to viewing by people who like things to make sense. But if you don't care anyway, we now present The Rehearsal.
Okay, gang, what we're rehearsing today is a melodrama.
What's a melodrama?
It used to be an old-fashioned type of play, stage play.
What was it like?
Well, it was a stupid story that was acted out by performers who hammed up something awful.
That sounds like what we always do.
Never mind.
Didn't they used to do this type of thing in the early silent film days?
That's right.
Then I think we should do it that way.
What way?
silently. I've read the script.
What's the matter with the script?
It stinks. Who wrote this drivel anyway?
I did.
Oh.
Now, let's get on with it. Listen up, all of you. There are 4 characters in this drama. The villain is a banker named Blackstone Slimeheart, who is rich but rotten. Arnold, I would like you to play that part.
I don't want to play the villain. The audience always hates the villain.
Arnold, the audience always hates you, no matter what part you play.
Oh yeah, I hadn't thought of that.
Then you'll play Blackstone Slimeheart.
Sure.
Ernest, I would like you to play the handsome hero, Frank Forthright, who is poor but honest.
So now he's not only poor but honest, he's also frank and earnest.
Somehow I knew you'd say that.
Sorry.
Now we have 2 parts for the women. The heroine, Pearl Purestocking, who is young and lovely, and her widowed mother, Widow Purestocking, who is old and stupid.
I want to play the daughter.
Sorry, Wilma. That part calls for someone who is,
Younger,
well,
prettier, somebody who doesn't know what you did at the party Saturday night.
okay, you've got the part.
But that leaves the widow's part for me.
That's right.
But she's old and she's stupid.
Phyllis, my dear, I don't know anyone else with your theatrical talent who could more easily convince an audience that you're old and stupid.
Really? Well, thank you.
Well, you're welcome. Now that the casting is complete, let's get on with the rehearsal. Narrator, please set the scene.
The time is in the late 1800s. The setting is the humble cottage of Widow Purestocking and her lovely daughter, Pearl. Pearl's father, the late Phineas Purestocking, is deceased. He is referred to as the late Phineas Purestocking because he was never on time for anything, including the mortgage payments. Banker Blackstone Slimeheart holds the mortgage on the cottage, and he has threatened to foreclose unless the lovely Pearl agrees to marry him. Thus far, however, he has been a rejected suitor.
Why is he called a rejected suitor?
Because he doesn't suit her.
Oh, that's a terrible pun.
Sorry.
What I'm trying to get at is, what is the meaning of the word suitor?
Well, one meaning of the word suit is appeal. So a suitor is one who is pressing an appeal.
Oh, in other words, pressing his suit.
Yes.
Well, he should take it to his tailor.
Somehow I knew you'd say that.
Sorry.
So, as I was saying, the villain is seeking Pearl's hand.
Why? Is it lost?
No, that's the way they used to say it back then. He's seeking her hand in marriage.
Just her hand? Doesn't he want the best of her?
Arnold, that's what I like about you. I can always count on you to be a consummate twit.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Now, Ernest, in this first scene, you and Pearl are sitting in the parlor, and you are trying to get up the nerve to propose. Let's have the first line.
The curtain rises.
No, that's stage direction. Read the hero Frank's first line.
Oh, okay. Ah, Pearl, you are as beautiful as a floor, and you have stolen my hair.
No. The line goes, you are as beautiful as a flower, and you have stolen my heart.
That isn't the way it looks in the script. Your handwriting is terrible.
Well, I didn't have time to get the script typed up. So just read it the best you can. Okay, Pearl, pick up your line.
Oh, Frank, you're so romantic. You've swept me off my fish.
That's feet. You have swept me off my feet.
Well, I'm sorry. It's your handwriting. It's unreadable.
I know. Just do the best you can. Now, let's get on with it.
Pearl, my darling, you fill my life with junk.
The word is joy. You have filled my life with joy.
Okay, if you say so, but it sure doesn't look that way to me.
All right, I know. Let's just go on, will you?
Ah, lovely Pearl, I dream of being in your handbag.
Well, the word is husband. I dream of being your husband.
Okay, whatever. Pearl, I dream of being your husband, the father of your chimney.
Oh, for Pete's sake, the word is children.
Okay. Pearl, my dear, I can see our future now. You and I and our children living happily behind that white picket fence.
Behind a picket fence? But Frank, I'd really rather live in a house.
Pearl, don't marry this man.
Mother, why are you hiding behind the door?
Because I'm too fat. Hide under the sofa.
Oh, but why can't I marry this man?
Because he's as poor as a church mouse.
A church mouse.
Moose.
That's the word. Continue.
He may be poor, Mother, but he's the man I love.
Love does not pay the beans, pay the bills. Marry Banker Slimeheart.
But I hate that man.
He's rich, Pearl. He's wealthy. And you know what that means?
Of course. That means he has lots of mustard. Lots of monkeys. No, money. He has lots of money.
Precisely, my dear. And he holds the mortgage.
Mother, would you want your only daughter to have a miserable life, married to a man she hates, just so he will cancel the mortgage?
Let me think about that. Yes.
Okay. That needs a little work. But let's go on to the next scene where the villain comes to the house to talk to Pearl. Take it from the top.
Hark! I hear a doorbell. Hark! I hear a doorbell.
Arnold, what is that?
I couldn't find the doorbell.
All right then. Let's change it to a knock.
Who's there?
'Tis I, your friendly banker.
No. You're supposed to say, open this door.
That sounds nasty.
You're supposed to be nasty. You're the villain.
I want to be a nice guy. Nobody likes the villain.
Look, you're playing the part of a really rotten guy. I want you to get into your character. Be your character. Now this goes for all of you. I want you to act as though you are the characters you're playing.
All right. Open this door.
Who is it?
Blackstone Newhart. A really rotten guy.
Oh, come in.
No, go away.
Oh, no, indeed. I'm coming in. I hold the mortgage, so this house belongs to me. I have you in my crutches. Crutches?
That's clutches, Arnold. I have you in my clutches.
Okay. So marry me, my proud beauty, or I will foreclose on the mortgage and throw you and your poor old mother out into the snow.
Yes, marry him, Pearl.
No, Mother, I will not marry this creep.
Reconsider, my child. He is a rich creep.
No, never.
Yes, my dear, you should reconsider. Marry me, and you shall have servants and diamonds.
Servants and diamonds? Well, you are evil and disgusting, but I like that in a person.
Wait a minute. That's not in the script.
Hey, you said get into the character, really live the part. I mean, if this guy is going to give me servants and diamonds, and all Frank has to offer me is that stupid white picket fence, I think I should give this some serious consideration.
That's it. That does it. You people are absolutely impossible. I've got a good mind to...
You know, if you had a good mind, you wouldn't have written this garbage in the first place.
You're right, Ernest. I'm fed up with this stuff. I'm out of here.
Me too.
I'm leaving too. I've got better things to do.
Well, I wonder what Shakespeare would do in a situation like this. He wrote, much ado about nothing, and so did I.
Thank you, everyone, for coming, and let's give another round of applause for our actors. And if you would like to be in our Castaway program, please see me, and I would love to. I always encourage new members.
Will you introduce them?
Of course. You ready? Okay. This is Mrs. Barbara Sherman. She was Professor Perky and the narrator. Give her a round of applause.